So now as you guys can see, we literally stop the instance and you will see the deallocating. So your server is getting delocated and you will notice your connection will simply just go away right now. Okay, and you will slowly notice all the things dropping to zero and your instance is getting deleted right now. Now also, let's just go to delete so that we can just simply delete this particular entire virtual machine, right? So just click yes, and now your instance is also getting deleted. Okay, let's just wait until the instance get deleted. You are first stopping the instance and then deleting. Remember, you don't need to follow this direction. If you realize that you no longer need the instance, then you can always delete it directly. If you no longer need the instance, if you want to stop the instance, you can stop it. These two operations are not dependent on each other. Okay, so let's just wait until this is complete. Okay, it is still deleting, so we just have to wait. Remember, it always take little bit longer time to delete because remember, you are not just deleting the VM, but all the resources that are occupied by the VM, right? So it always takes some more time to delete all the VM. Okay, almost getting ready. Once you see the instance deleted, you should see this checkbox as well, right? There you go. So now it looks like everything is deleted as well. Okay, so now we are ready to jump to the next task. Just cancel this, go back to your dashboard. Okay, and then you should see everything is getting deleted as well, and your instance is gone too. Okay, so now just go to the dashboard and you should see remove this instance as well from the dashboard, as we no longer need this. These are all the resources that shows up right in your dashboard. Now let's go ahead and download the templates for the existing stuff, right, with Azure. So whenever you create a virtual machine in Azure using either a portal or a PowerShell, a resource manager template is getting created for you. You can always use this template to quickly duplicate a deployment. The template contains the information about all the resources in a group. For a virtual machine, it just means that the template contains everything that is created in support of VM in that particular resource group, right? So once you go to Azure portal, right, just click on the virtual machine. Just select the resource group, select this particular e-learning resource group, right? And then if you just click on the automation script, okay, these are all the things that are available. If you just click download, just save the file and let's open it up. Okay, so if you guys just export these files, you should see deploy.ps1 script, okay, deploy.sh, a shell script, deploy.rp, that's a Ruby script, deployer.helper.cs, that is a C sharp, deploy dash preview, that is your asset script. These are all the parameters that are required for your scripts, right? These are all the all right, so as you can see all the template file, so just open up this template. This shows you all the things that you would need to create your virtual machine from the template as well. You can easily go to the parameter file and simply change some of the parameters as well and just execute this entire either as a shell script, or you can do the .cs file, and these are your parameters and templates. So you do have an option to just create this as the automation script. Along with that, if you are using the PowerShell, right, let me just show you the easy way to download the PowerShell command. So this is, if you want to use the PowerShell, you can easily export this particular resource group. You need to specify the resource group name. In our case, it is e-learning, right? And then you specify the path where you want to export your template. So it will be just installed in that particular location. Okay. Let's go over one more topic now. We will learn how to just back up the Azure machine to recovery services vault, right? So what we will do is, let's go to the Azure backup services. So just go ahead and select All right, so what we will go through now is like a backup and recovery module. Okay, so as of now, we do not have any computers that are there in any VMs, right? Because we deleted the VMs. So what we will do in this lab is we will create one virtual machine. Then we will use the backup job, right? We will create the backup of that particular VM and we will select the daily backup policy. And once we do that, we will also perform the restore policy. So we will learn about all these things step by step. So let's just get started with the backup services now. So first of all, let's add a new virtual machine, add it into the same group. Right now, let's just add, we will go ahead and try adding a Linux server or we can do Windows as well. So for now, let's just try with the Linux Ubuntu server or Core OS Linux. Let's try that. Okay. Select the resource manager as whatever it's there. Click on create. So now we are creating a Linux instance. Once the Linux instance is created, then we are going to set up the backup services on that particular VM. Okay. So just type the name of as eLearning Linux. The VM disk is HTT. The username is eLearning admin. Just select the password. Make sure you guys select some complex password. Okay. The password should be at least like 12 digits, right? And make sure you also store all those details, right? Okay. So store your user ID as well as whatever password you have created. Select the same group, e-learning, or let's just do it e-learning group. Okay. Select the location as east. Okay, so these are all your parameters for your Linux instance, Core OS Linux. So just click OK. Now we will select the size for this particular instance. So just click on view all. Scroll down and you can just see something from A0. There you go. Just select the A0 basic. Click select. Okay. Keep the virtual storage account as the same one. The network, subnet, public IP, network security group. Let's just append couple of other things over here in the inbound connection. Okay. Right now only SSH is enabled. So we will also enable HTTP. Okay. Priority is higher. We will also enable HTTP on port number 80. Allow this particular traffic. Okay. Let's add one more outbound rule for the RDP. Okay, so RDP session priority is 200 and just click OK. So these are the two things that you have enabled: SSH, HTTP, and RDP. Just click OK. You can also click on extensions over here, right? So just click over there and click on extension. You can also add extension directly onto your server as well, right? So Linux chef extension, let's also add that extension for our instance from the chef client. So just click create. So you can also install it this way, right? You can install the extension directly from the server URL, node name, client name, all other details, and just click OK. So it will install it. But right now we will not go ahead and install any extension. This is just for the demo. Right, so just close this and you will end up going here. Okay, click OK. This is the summary for your Linux instance that is created. You can also just click on download templates and parameter, right? So these are all the templates that it is using. So you can download it. So in future, you can just use this template and create your Linux instance. It has a parameters, it has a CLI, it has a CLI 2.0 scripts. These are the PowerShell scripts. These are your .NET scripts. And this is your Ruby scripts, right? So you have already downloaded. So just click cancel and click OK to get this instance created now. So now your core instance is getting created. It is deploying it. Let's just check the status of this, right? So we just have to wait until this instance is ready to use. And then we will use the backup of the Azure VM. We just have to wait for a few minutes until this is complete. It is still getting, it's still creating it. Let's just go here and you can also see the status over here. Deployment is in progress. Once you see this icon, then it is ready. So now we are using creating a Linux instance and trying to set it up as a virtual machine. Once we do that, then we are going to set up a backup service, backup and recovery service. There you go. So it is deployed now. Let's go ahead and try to log in into this instance right now. So if you just go to this VM, right, it is completed. Just go to this virtual machine. This is its public IP. So let's try to log in through the PuTTY. So you need to install the PuTTY over in your computer. So just click and go ahead and install the PuTTY. Now enter this IP address 179.21.212, port number 22 for SH, and remember we have kept this port open. So just click open and you should see the PuTTY over here. Make sure you use the correct username, right? Login as e-learning admin. Just click enter. You have to enter the password now. So just enter the password and you are logged in into this particular Linux instance. So let's say if I create a directory onto this structure, right? Test directory. So now you are logged in into this Linux instance. and also you created the directory onto this, you do have an option to exercise all the command. You can also log in into the root, right? Sudo q. So you are logged in into the administrator as well. Okay. So now you can add a user into this as well, right? So you do have an option to all the Linux commands and everything with this, right? So let's just clear a screen. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and create a backup of this particular instance. So let's just go ahead and enable the backup. So just click over here, click on the backup. This operating system is not supported for the backups, right? So only certain types will work to back up your instance. And we will try out with one Windows server so you can just learn more things and just see what are the types of backups that are supported with this, right? So now let's say we are not able to do the backup, but there are other things here that you can do to protect your virtual instance. So just go here and let me show you a couple of other ways. Just go to all instances and just select that particular VM. So just click on here. This is your virtual machine. You can just update the size right from this instance. Okay, that is very easy to do. Let's just go to some other options with this machine. Access control. This is the identity and access management role, right? So you can easily add anyone into this particular Linux instance. Okay, so you do have an option to create a different roles, and you can add a user as well. So let's add one user right over here. So just add the permissions for this particular user. Okay, and you can just select the role owner, select this address, click save. So now you are adding two users to this particular instance. Okay, let's just go to the tag. Let's add couple of tags as well. Server name. This is a Linux instance. Just go to diagnostic. You just have to save this. Okay. Over here, you can see all the activities onto this machine. Zero failed deployment. You assigned a one role. There are no errors, and this is see all activities. So this one will show you all the activities on your Linux instance, right? So whatever has happened so far, it's gonna show you everything. All right, so as you see this activity, you can see all the details about what went on. Okay, so you can also add the activity log alert. Just go back now. This is the number of disk. So in case if you want to see the details about what kind of disk that is attached to it, you can also add a disk dynamically, right? So you do have an option. If you want to add any disk, you can just click there, enter the name of the disk, second disk. Okay, the disk type is new, or you can just attach a blob storage. The standard, that's the HTT account, the size is gonna be 500, right? Or like just say 1. Storage container, you can just type something about the storage container as well. sample or test or something, and then just you can just do browse. Let's see if we have anything. So just select this particular storage account and select this particular storage container, and this is gonna be your storage container. Click OK to add this particular unmanaged disk. So this is a new disk that you just added. You can either save it or discard it.